What's going on, y'all? It's Liam Crowley with ScreenRant. I'm here at New York Comic Con, and I'm now joined behind some of the masterminds of Batman on an animated front. And this panel, this group, we're calling it the Art Knights. I think that's just one of the most genius ways to collect you all. Like, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Comic-Con. This is one of the meccas for this character of Bruce Wayne, Batman. What are some of your fondest Comic-Con memories? It's a broad question, I know.
I don't know where to go with that.
I like the fact that everybody's inclusive. Like anybody, like a Hellraiser person can be talking to somebody dressed up as Charlie Brown or whatever. And everything it's fine. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the most great things about Comic-Con is everybody's a fan of everything. And it's okay to be a fan of everything. So that's what I love about this place.
New York Comic Con in particular has really great fans that understand, there's certain fans who just love the stuff. But New York fans tend to know how it's made. They tend to be really into the process. And so other cons where you tell someone how we make the stuff we make, their eyes roll back in their head. But here, people really want to know, and the questions they ask are insightful and informed. They want to know how it's made. So that makes it a little different here.
Yeah, and the costumes are amazing. Sorry, my throat. Driving over here, I was, we're looking at all the amazing costumes. I mean, it's so elaborate. I kind of wish I could buy some of those. But it's like it's the highest form of compliment. It's like we were saying driving over. It's like all the nights where it's like 12 in the morning and you're sweating and you're trying to figure out a joke or trying to figure out how to present this shot in the most interesting way, and it's like. It pays off, it works. People enjoy what we're doing, and that's amazing.
Yeah, you get to see characters you have taken the reins of on an animated front, brought to live action life, like your specific art styles. Juan, to start with you there, Aztec Batman. Oh my goodness, this thing is all the rave right now with fandoms. Have you, for one, got to see any Aztec Batman cosplay here?
Here in New York? No,
New York.
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I have seen people as Batman Azteca cosplays. We have in Tijuana where they have, because it's in theaters in Mexico. So it's playing in theaters, so a lot of people have showed up in Batman Azteca costumes and Jaguar Woman costumes as well. And very elaborate, like beautifully made and everything. So once you see people dressed up as your characters, like he said, is like the highest form of compliment, and they appreciate the movie, they love the movie, and they're very grateful that such a thing actually does exist. I remember Horacio, the voice of Batman Azteca, they had a special screening at a high school in Mexico, and the kids went nuts. And after the movie was done, the teacher that organized everything came up to him, hugged him, tears in her eyes, saying that the movie made her feel very emotional, very proud of her indigenous heritage. So it's really causing like a cultural little, awakening. So that's great. And that's all thanks to Batman.
That's so beautiful to hear. And also, too, this story is inspired by Batman, correct? There's no direct source material you're adapting.
Well, the only source material that we have is the conquest of Mexico. But the story of this Aztec Batman, yes, it's fully original. It's not Bruce Wayne. It takes place in this historic moment in the American continent. So this is about a native boy that the invaders come in, they do what they do, and through a tragedy he loses his parents and his dad, and then he decides to go and seek vengeance against these invaders, to try and protect his people. And then eventually he dons the mantle of Tzinacan, which is a bad god, which his family used to worship. So it organically just fit perfectly within the history and the folklore and culture of Mesoamerica.
It's so cool for a character that's been around for decades to still get to tell new stories with it. Like, it's amazing. James, to come to you, Caped Crusader feels like such a love letter to the Batman animated series that a lot of us grew up on. And season 2 is confirmed.
Yes.
We've heard it's coming hopefully sooner than later. There are some Batman adversaries in the Rogues Gallery we didn't see in season 1. Are there names we should look out for in season 2? Anything you can tease?
I can't tease anything on season 2 yet. We're still making it, and yeah, no, Amazon would cancel my Prime if I did that.
That's very fair. That's very fair. Well, on that front, though, the season 1 response, people raved about Caped Crusader. Like I said, got a lot of people loving it because it felt so much like that animated series from back in the day with Kevin Conroy as the voice. Did you take inspiration from the animated series, and where did you want to put your own unique spin on it?
Well, when Bruce, Tim, and I were putting it together, he wanted to revisit that era in that the timeline that BTAS was set, but he didn't want to do a redo. He didn't want to do a connection to it. He wanted to do a reimagining of what it was that inspired BTAS. So basically the source material is Golden Age comics, Batman comics. And so we went back to the very first Batman comics and reimagined those. And because it's set in the 30s and 40s, it looks and feels like BTAS, Batman the Animated Series, but it's its own thing. It's a kind of a connection to, it's adjacent. It's like a mirror universe to BTAS, but it's not. Same influences, it was just mixed up a little differently. So that's kind of where we were going at. We didn't want to do a remake or anything like that, just a reimagining. And so with that meant changing character designs a little bit. But really it's going back to the source material and reinterpreting that. So.
Yeah, got some of the best bat ears in the game.
Yeah, that we knew. It was like, we got to go longer with the years. You got, because that first year of Batman, he's drawn so weird. Like, he just looks crazy. So we were like, lean into that, longer ears, and we wanted him really kind of shut off and scary. So he doesn't talk a lot. We were kind of going into it saying, what would Michael Myers do in a situation? So instead of Batman, it was like, okay, Michael Myers would just stand there and stare at you and be eerily quiet. And so we kind of treated him like that, where we made him the boogeyman in this world.
We were just talking about Mike Myers in our last interview. That's so funny.
I'm supposed to, but...
Batman exists in all different kinds of genres. Mike and Simon, to come to you guys next. You guys have a little bit more comedy in the projects that you guys get to develop with this character. Specifically talking about Batfam first. This was a spin-off of Merry Little Batman. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
And so when did the concept first start to materialize that you could do more with that iteration of the Caped Crusader?
I think there was like kind of a quiet undercurrent of energy as we were kind of putting the movie together of like, God, these villains look so cool in this amazing Ron Searle style. Like, I kind of want to see everybody in the Batman universe this way. And the relationship between Bruce and Damian is so strong. It felt like it could have legs and it could live beyond this like single story. So I think really kind of early on, I think there was kind of like a whisper of like, where could we go with this? And then, at some point we landed on Amazon, and it was like, there was a lot of excitement and enthusiasm to turn this into a series and bring in more of Gotham's villains and bring in some more of Gotham's, Bat family, so yeah.
Premiering very soon, next month, November?
Yes.
Can we say that?
Yes. Yes, we can.
It's on the wiki. It's on the fandom wiki. So
yeah.
Someone said it at some point.
Yeah. Soon. I can't wait.
Awesome. Very excited for everyone to check it out. Talking about Batwheels here now with you. Season 3 is on the way.
Yes, we're in the middle of it.
Amazing.
We finish it next year.
That early response to those first couple seasons must have just put you over the moon.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic response. I think, what we're trying to do is introduce Batman to an earlier audience, sort of from 5 upwards. But what we try to do is make sure we want to get as many people to look at it as possible. So it's okay for 5-year-olds to watch it, but also the way we've executed it, it's more sophisticated than a normal age group type of preschool type of show. So if you take Fast and Furious and smash it with Batman, that's what you get with Batwheels. So that's the idea.
And it's funny too, because I feel like I was first introduced to Batman through the Batmobile. I feel like everyone had like a Batmobile first as a kid, and then slowly was like, all right, now you're old enough to watch The Dark Knight. All right, now you're old enough to develop into the more like hardcore side of Batman. To bring it out to you all, you guys are all Batman readers, Batman comic readers.
Yes.
What are some of those stories that stick out to you?
Um,
I just read recently Black Mirror, which is the Dick Grayson at the mantle.
Oh, yeah.
Such a unique story. Like, really, really cool.
I'm loving Absolute Batman right now.
Oh, What do you think of the
Yeah.
Joker design?
Um,
Everyone is talking about the Joker
I'm
design.
waiting to see if that's actually the Joker design, but I like how they're interpreting him right now. So, and it's everything about it's interesting in that it's rethinking the whole character and the whole world, but it's still Batman, which I think we all have in common is that all of our projects are different, tonally different, different styles. But at the end of the day, if you have these certain amount of ingredients, it's Batman. And so that book kind of exemplifies that.
Yeah, you want to try and keep Batman legitimate, whatever you're doing. And I think that's what we all try and do is, or especially I think for us, there's an opportunity and tendency. You could laugh at Batman because of the comedy, but we never want to do that. We never make fun of him. We never make sort of laugh at Batman. You laugh with him, with his frustrated dad energy, with Batgirl and Robin and stuff like that. But I think it's keeping that legitimacy because you don't, when you're making these kind of projects with these amazing iconic characters like Batman, you don't have to try and be cool. You don't have to try to do that. You're already cool because it's Batman and Gotham and you're dealing with in that world. So it's like just keeping Batman legitimate in all the projects and you're going to get the best out of everything.
Yeah, going back to Batman, Absolute Batman. Scott Snyder, the writer of the book, which is great by the way. He met the art director and the character designer of Batman Azteca at a Comic-Con in Mexico. He saw the project. He loved the idea of Batman Azteca. So I feel like we did something great.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder's raving about it, then we must have done something amazing. But yeah, growing up, reading Batman was definitely something that inspired me, and it just fell into the Batcave, never got out of there. But yeah, starting from living in Mexico, we had like little versions of them, and eventually we got the regular format size. But yeah, year one, The Dark Knight Returns, all the classics, right?
Yeah,
and
Killing
then
Joke.
The Killing Joke,
Joke's a
Arkham
good
Asylum.
shout.
Amazing stories, you know, and it's not just a superhero, but it also, I think something that resonates with everybody is that he's a human, and there's a lot of psychological aspect to the Rogue Gallery as well, you know. So there's a lot of human trauma, as well, not just drama but trauma.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that everybody can understand and relate in that way. We've all went through. Well, we're going to experience tragedy at some point. What are we going to do with that tragedy? Are we going to fall apart, or are we going to, you know,
Get vengeance.
get vengeance?
Yeah, I mean, just real quick. I mean, it's such a hard question because like all Batman through all the ages, like he's changed so much, even though he stays the same. It's like I knew Carmine Infantino, so like I'm always gonna be a big fan of his era of Batman. I grew up with '66 Batman, so it's like I'm always a fan of that. But certainly, like when I was a teenager and I was like, you know, getting out of more of the kid stuff and more into the adult, it was a perfect time for me with Batman because Batman was getting kind of dark, getting really gritty. So, you know, the Miller stuff, you know, the Killing Joke, all those things are huge inspirations.
Yeah, Hush and The Long Halloween, two of my other
Yes.
favorites.
Yeah.
So good.
Dark Victory, also good.
So good. I'll wrap with this, guys. The Batman Part 2 coming out in a couple years. I don't know how much you guys followed the live action side of things, but everyone excited?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Robert Pattinson, what they've done with the
did
character
good.
on the live action front, like I feel like it's too early to call him my Batman, but just like that aesthetic of Gotham, the Gothic architecture, the fact that it feels like it leapt off the page of a graphic novel, it's really, really special.
We
And his Batmobiles. I mean, speaking of Batmobiles,
Yeah,
that Batmobile, it's like so many of the Batmobiles are fantastic and that's awesome on its own. But that one feels like I could literally get in that thing and drive that to the mall.
Yeah.
It probably gets stolen, but like that's a real car.
I love the sound of it because a friend of mine did the sound design for the Batman
Yeah,
film.
Michael Giacchino did the score.
Yeah, but Will Files was the sound designer, and he was making the Batmobile sound design for the film as we were doing Batwheels. And I said, "Can I listen to your Batmobile just for a second?" And he played it to me. He said, "Oh, that's awesome." And so I said, "We have something similar." I said, "What was yours? Was yours a V8?" And we were comparing engines and seeing what was inspirational of his and ours. And so it was really fun listening to it.
It's really cool to hear. I never thought that there'd be such a tethered connection between Robert Pattinson's Batmobile and the
And the Batwheels, I know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It all comes
to hear.
around.
Well, hey, this character's so well fed. You know, we have so much content coming out from all of you guys with Bruce Wayne. We have the Batman Part 2 coming out in a couple of years. I think Batman fans are going to be very, very satisfied, especially here at Comic-Con. So thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.